2. Let's see if BetBoom can even things out. As we were saying prior to game 1, they've all had the same results so far on the group stage. The only difference being that series up against Gaming Gladiators for BetBoom. The additional one that they had, which they did draw 1-1. Otherwise, they did 1-1 Liquid, 2-0 TSM, 1-1 Asta for both of these teams. Let's see if they've got balance in all things to go 1-1 here, or if 9 Pandas can get the edge like they did in Div 1 of Tour 2. Quick little pause from Ricky. Looks like it was accidental. But this is interesting.
Oh no!
we've had this before. Remember in the Liquid game where someone paused and it immediately unpaused? It seems like there's a bug with the pause button.
You think so?
Something's going on.
It could be. People did have a couple of lag situations, so if you're lagging, then it's delayed, so we'll see. Already used their pauses. They're not gonna be bad-mannered. Imagine if people not doing that. Like
reason? Pause reason? Unpause?
Good old times. Rezo, looking at what he has in Quick Buy. No drums, no nothing. Like, no shenanigans. Straight up drums of Slum.
He's a man who knows what he wants and how he's going to get it. Miera telling his team to split up and farm. It looks like this is going to be no real clash early days here. BetBoom gathering down at the bottom twin gate, getting some high ground vision going. And 9 Pandas all grouped up in that top jungle. So no first blood attempt. Just try and guard the bounty runes on their side of the map. So lane-wise, going to have ourselves set up with GPK mid, Toronto, Tokyo, and Nightfall, the Chen Slug down in the bottom lane, Rubik and Beastmaster. Pretty solid lane there for BetBoom up top. Especially when they're facing a Ricky Phoenix. That feels to me like a pretty weak lane.
It really is. It's just not enough damage. Against...
So does that mean 9 Pandas want a tri-lane to start things off?
They could try to get a kill off to a good start. Looking at the item builds, Ramses, stick, 2 branches, 2 slippers, has 69 damage with this build. Nice. This is the build I'm gonna copy. Also seen Underlord's build. No region. He's bringing something on the courier, but 2 branches, 2 gauntlets, and just a circlet. I'm sitting at 900 HP.
Tons of stats.
Good luck last hitting against him. Stark sitting at 61.
Yeah, a little rough there, especially with techies in the lane. A lot of harassment coming out of Antares and Miero early days. I can hear the raises from across the map. It's already being spammed out by GPK. Trying to get a good early start here. Shoving the wave, doing some damage to Kiyotaka. Interesting lane matchup.
Wow. Looking at this bottom lane, they throw Blood Grenade. Level 1 to slow him down, get some extra damage from the Firestorm. Nicely done.
Every little counts. Every little bit helps. It's going to be a hard-fought battle here. In Toronto, Tokyo are going to need some big creeps to really weather the storm in that lane. First few levels are going to be difficult for them. Kiyotaka finally striking back on GPK, getting some sight blade spills onto the SF very nicely off these melee creeps. It seems like it's not a fun matchup for the Shadow Fiend until he gets that bottle up and can start regen and trading back more effectively.
Not gonna be a fun one. This is last pick, Temporary Assassin. As you said, some good side blade usages, and he might go for a kill here. Ooh, Meld. If he got another strike, could have been a kill with a refraction.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Physical burst. GPK's got to be careful standing on this high ground, trying to raise the creep wave down. He's got a sneaky tonight.
Ooh, 3 in a row.
Kiyotaka. He's looking for this next hit. Not going to find it there. Very, very dangerous times, though, for GPK, towing the line between life and death. His lane depends on it. And looking back down the bottom, Nightfall. 8 last hits. Underlord 9 and 3, so Miera having a very good time, pretty much unbothered by anything in this lane. And this is where Chen starts to think about gathering creeps in the jungle, thinking about what he wants to be doing, if stacking and farming camps is more effective. You can't leave Nightfall alone down here.
You definitely can. Slark, I think I've said it a couple of times already because we've seen this matchup. It's good for the game, not so good in the lane. You try to man up. He's gonna use Firestorm, Techies. Does have level 2 available. Blast Off is their full damage. It's like not a lot of damage, but it's also a good stun.
Right, just keep him in the Firestorm. Well, under tower, a little bit of protection for Nightfall. As mid lane, GPK throws the razors at TA. Bit of back and forth now for them. TA a little behind in the last hits compared to the Shadow Fiend at this point. He was looking for another raise there. And doesn't find the angle. And the third lane, up at top, it's been a little quiet. That Ricky Phoenix, a pretty sad pairing. But so far, so good, keeping Ramses up in the top of the CS board.
If I was playing this lane as Ricky or Phoenix, I would want to get out as soon as possible. Like, just fast forward 15-20 minutes into the game. Like, the first couple of levels are definitely not fun. Beastmaster, as we see, having a complete free farm in this lane, 21 and 4, stealing some of their stacks as well.
Easy times for resolution. Nightfall finally getting a bit of chip damage on Miero because they have rotated Antares away from that bottom lane to guard the 4-minute runes. GPK's gone wandering back to Fountain, so double water runes there for 9 Pandas should be no problem. And a bit of a go on top lane. Ramses and Roger trying to play aggressively on resolution. Looking good with that blood grenade and the fiery spirit's damage over time. Not enough to tick him down as he's under tower now. And no turnaround there from Save. I'll make sure the Beastmaster's alive.
Phoenix using blood grenade. Plus all of his abilities, cast HP. Cost HP, it's gonna be a lot. Like, he needs to be careful. When you think about blood grenade, you're like, oh, I'm gonna slow them down, deal some damage. But you're also losing HP.
Yeah, hurt yourself with
Can't
it.
be bursted easily.
Please, where are my tranquil boots as Phoenix? I need that regen as quickly as possible, please. So far, every core on the map farming pretty soundly, honestly.
Compared this game to the previous one, where we had so many kills, they're trying to go on save. Now Roger is in a difficult spot. Early point in Cloud, I like it. No tricks of the trade.
Keeps Roger alive there. Could have been a couple of axes going the Phoenix's way.
I like
Still,
that
though,
Rams is adjusting his item build, going for double Rate Band, has a Magic Wand, Healing Salve, understands that he needs to deal as much damage as possible early on, upgraded both of those slippers, and now is bringing Band of Elven skin.
I find the edge with all the little stat items. And Kiyotaka shoving the SF back. Both of them level 6 now. And TA can start to get the vision out on the map with the traps, scout out runes, maybe even make a move into one of these side lanes. The resolution pretty low on HP and lacking resources now. Same story for Nightfall, half health, but still plays aggressively. Harpy with the lightning spam on Miero. Again, unbothered, as Antares has made another move to guard the active rune, this time grabbed by Kiyotaka, getting an illusion to fill his bottle. Man, no kills in this game. It's like completely different to game 1, where it was like, what, like 2 kills a minute?
It's insane. Pagana had pentakill. Pentakill. I can't believe I called it pentakill.
Oh.
Mega kill. I didn't even play that game. Why am I played that game in 2010 or something. Tried it for 30 minutes. I'm like, this is not for me.
I think the only reason I ever played that game, I don't know if you remember when Sing Sing used to pub, if he was stomping you, he would troll you and he would copy paste the sign up page for League of Legends. Like, get out of my Dota game, go play LOL. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll install it.
It's because I speak Latin, okay, Gary?
Okay, yeah. Well, it does make sense. Penta does mean 5. Yeah, Ramses walks back. Kiyotaka, 3k net worth compared to the 2.7 of SF, so I guess that's an indication of additional mangoes and salves being spent by the Shadow Fiend just to have staying power in that lane. We'll find a little token. Pop it in their vending machine for those neutral items and grab a trusty shovel.
Let's see if he digs up Kobold. Can't follow you right now. You do own it.
Yeah, do you remember we were talking about that a couple of months ago?
We did. Maybe someone was listening.
Yeah. Where are my
Oh God,
royalties?
I hope people are not listening to what we're actually saying and writing stuff down.
Patch ideas from Gary and Larry. That's like the worst idea possible. Interest. This Techies is like struggling to find a place on the map to play. He doesn't want to stay bottom. Trying to angle in towards mid, give Kiyotaka a better time. It's like Miero's fine down there. He's not really too bothered by anything. You might see the Techies shift up top to maybe kill off save or resolution. That does also mean that Chen has a bit more freedom now to gather up neutral creeps, get the gold that he needs for his mech, and play forward onto Miero's Underlord. Vanguard is up for him. Very difficult kill. So he'll drag a Radiant Creep away from that bottom lane.
He even put a third point in Atrophy Aura to mitigate the damage from Slark once he tries to go on him. Let's see Roger looking for an opening on save. They're so low right now.
Everybody's incredibly low. 8.5 minutes in, though, we get our first blood. The axes, not enough to clear through the Riki or the Phoenix. Both of them close to death. And resolution, is he gonna go for it? Misses that one. Don't think it would have killed him anyway. He popped all his regen, and Riki, he's okay. Had a couple of Lotuses and 1 charges. Reasonably tanky now with the strength threads.
We're on to Tokyo. This time around, enjoying himself in the jungle, not being bothered by Bounty Hunter, getting some levels, getting some farm.
And both these carries going Diffusal Blade. Riki under sentry. Tricks of the trade. Back into the fog, hiding invis. And Reza will just grab the Watcher in the bit of downtime he's got. Shadow Fiend slowed down. Sticky Bomb, no blast off comes. Kiyotaka, maybe expecting Antares to make the play there, but it's GPK that batters them back and throws the razors their way. Gets the kill on Kiyotaka in a 1v2.
Immediately tips him. This is what you could expect to happen.
Was
Game
blast
goes
off on
wrong.
cooldown or?
I was watching Shadowfin. I didn't click anything, Gary. I was. Oh no,
Backstab?
GPK.
He's caught down in the river. Firestorm's there from Miera after the Fiend's Gate teleports him across the map. And he'll head back all the way down to bottom again. And so far we've had, what, a kill on this top lane, taking down Rubik. Both mid laners traded, but the Riki, the 4th kill of the match. Carry dead.
Also got to be careful about stacking the small camp. You think it's a good idea. Hero like a Beastmaster comes in, steals it immediately. You just amplify his farm. He also drags the creep wave away from your creep wave, especially during the catapult. So this top tower seems pretty dead. They're still gonna defend it, but UPK.
Yeah, Roger has Egg. He doesn't want to go forward for it. There's some weird little fights going on. The top lane, BetBoom, not quite able to finish the tier 1. Ramses returns. Miro still just sticking it out in that bottom lane, making sure that Chen and Slark are both stuck down there. They can't leave him to push the tier 1 on his own. I think Mech is now being delivered as well. Yeah, arrives for the Chen as they dive up top. Save, half HP. 9 Pandas again, just unable to finish the job.
There were no fights happening. Toronto, Tokyo, going through the portal. Never mind, changed his mind. Not level 6 yet, has mech available. A little worried that the rest of the team is also going to be backstabbing. And that's exactly what they're doing. Kiyotaka, Antares lands a stun.
Yeah, DD Rune TA. Right, Chen could have come top, but wouldn't have made a difference there. It's much better to stay down bottom. It's like one of those little buffs to summons heroes as well, right? Being able to take your creeps through the portal. You're no longer worried about TPing to a side lane, not having your army with you. Just bring them all through the gate. Sentry there, blocking the ancient camp. Resolution can't stack it up and build bank for himself.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They do still have this egg for 9 Pandas to play with. If they get a full-on 5v5 team fight, that could prove the difference maker. As BetBoom bring save down bottom. Miro's Underlord is tanky, but he could get killed off by the 3 of them. Oh, they get a catch on GPK. They find the Shadow Fiend. He does get a kill on the techies before he dies, but that's well worth it for 9 Pandas. As down bottom, they try to go on Miero, but Ramses is here, turning it back, dropping Nightfall low. But they'll boot the Underlord out of the lane for now.
Tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, Toronto Tokyo wasn't level 6. Maybe with Hand of God would be able to use Requiem, make him slightly more tankier, so he gets something out of it. I mean, he still got a kill out of that, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. The GPK has a lot of levels. He's level 11, almost level 12.
Here's the big boy on the map. Needs that BKB to give him protection, though.
Bottom tower is under attack.
As the Templar Assassin speedily farms through the enemy Ancients, rushing towards the Desolator after that Dragon Lance. And will start to become a serious threat.
Is under attack.
But yeah, it's like we said at the end of the draft, it really is one of these games where it's less about brawling, scrapping, and fighting. It's all about key item timing. So everybody very aimed and targeted towards farming up, maybe getting a pick off wherever they can as Antares gets dived up top, but the egg is down, and the turnaround play with the remote mines and the blast off coming forward. Resolution will fall. They lose the techies, but now Toronto Tokyo being dived upon by Roger. A blast off from Save, gets a bit of distance for himself, but the Sunray from Roger is there. A double kill for Phoenix. Can we make it a triple? Gets the takedown, and there you have it. Roger coming out of the gate swinging.
Has 2,000. I was about to say it, because I saw him having 2,000
hell
gold
yes.
saved up. Like, just go Midas. Like, it's a really good game for Midas on Phoenix. Instead, he had Pavis. I almost said Pavise for some reason. Pavise.
Pavise.
It's French, by the way.
I think Jenkins has been calling it Paviche. He's been doing the completely wrong thing.
Yeah. Hand of Midas down on Phoenix, and now going into Shiva's guard. It's still very far away from it, but we'll start to get some more levels.
Yeah, 11 kills, 15 minutes in. It feels so calm, peaceful. How these little fights every now and again. But apart from that, it's been a...
Oh, I thought you meant the way you feel when we talk to each other.
Oh, that's of course true, factual. Just the ambiance of this game makes it even more relaxing. What we need is some ambient noise, you know, a fireplace crackling in the background, birds chirping, the slow movement of leaves and trees.
I'll open up the window, you set the fire. What was that bird? Was that Phoenix?
It's a pigeon. Yeah, I'm sure it was Phoenix. Yeah. I don't know. Phoenix is more aggressive with the squawking rather than the cooing. 9 Pandas sneaking a Roshan, though, with his Templar Assassin. Quite a bit of damage with a backstab from Ricky. And it doesn't look like BetBoom have a clue this is going on.
Right, so Drums of Slum finally finished.
Boom.
One stack. See, Crimson Guard now finished on Underlord, going into Mech next. Heaven's Halberd, at least that's what's queued up. This is a big timing. I feel like 9 Pandas should be looking for fights.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Ramsey is just going to go 1v3, start things off with Miero arriving. Got the Pit of Malice on the SF. Ramsey's half HP, a little worried about what's coming his way, as the Requiem will fear them up, and they get the takedown on the Ricky. GPK still alive, but for how long? Is the egg? Good placement. Antares with another blast off. The damage over time, spilling there onto the SF. Trading out 1-for-1. Shadow Fiend is the most important hero on the map for BetBoom, but we've not seen this slug really get involved yet, so he'll pounce in with a Shadow Dance and realizing quickly there's an awful lot of damage coming his way. The Stolen Pit placed out does root them up, but look at Roger. Oh, he nearly gets the kill on Nightfall, doesn't find the takedown. Godja back into normal Roger. Axe is chucked by Resolution. BetBoom retreating. So in the end, 5v5 fight, 2 heroes die. It's not over yet, though. Nightfall, the guerrilla tactics. He
There's
jumped out.
Pit of Malice plus Firestorm combo from the save.
Yeah, stolen spells. Looking beautiful, but Ramses has respawned. Able to get back in with a smoke screen on Resolution. Try and catch up to him. Pretty speedy Beastmaster. The tricks of the trade, the damage coming through, but not fast enough, and Miero falls. Aegis claimed up, and Nightfall in position here with Save and Rezo. Aiming on Kiyotaka, Refraction is back up. Lift up for the turnaround, the jump to high ground, Nightfall surviving, dealing with the Shadow Dance. He's fine for now. Roger dead, along with Kiyotaka. BetBoom striking back. 9 Pandas with the Aegis were meant to be the stronger players on the map, but they get crushed.
And this is it. This is where Rubik really excels. This is the best spell you can steal. Not just... I'd say this is one of the better overall spells in the game with your Arcane Supremacy. He dealt 5,000 damage with just Firestorm. That's all he had. First he had Pit of Malice, stolen Firestorm, and kept using it throughout the entirety of the fight. Also, GPK, he's a madman. The way he died is he stood there, used Trusty Shovel to try to dig up something to refill his bottle, got a healing cell, so he was in the range of Techies, and then Techies got a blast off on him.
No cares, just stand and play. Oh god, Ramses. Careful in that Firestorm. Tricks the trade. Save, still here with a Faded Bolt. He just solo killed it. That's some nutty stuff from the Rubik. You said this Firestorm's powerful, and my god, it is. Does die in the end to the final hit from the Techies after he tried to dive away.
Alright,
yeah,
easy 500 gold for him. Getting some solo XP as well. This is the spell you're looking to steal. Maybe you want to get Blast Off. That's also a good one. Cloud. Also big value. Stuff from Templar Assassin, not as good. Maybe you can try to get an Egg Sunray to heal people up. Let's see the neutral items. 19 minutes into the game. Templar Assassin finds Grobo for herself. Ricky holding on to Vampire Fangs. Night Vision wants to be able to provide vision for the team. Get the good jump.
I've just realized this Nine Pandas team name reminds me of Pasha. His old username.
Yeah,
Pasha. I think his full old nickname was a bit rude.
Yeah. I wanted to say it, then I remember, yeah, maybe it's not the smart thing to say.
There's a few players that have had to change their name over the course of history. Good roar into Requiem mid, though. Catching Kiyotaka wonderfully. BetBoom looking good here. Slight net worth lead, but it's the fact they stopped that Aegis as they jump onto bottom lane. Not going to be strong enough. They Slark a little too tanky with the Hand of God and the Mag back up, and he'll swing back onto the Ricky with the Shadow Dance there. Gives him the cover of invisibility. And nice stomp from the Centaur. Connects on the Ricky to stop any tricks or trading.
Nightfall, one of the reasons why he was so tanky and survivable in those last couple of fights, Gold Bracelets. This item is so good. 10% magic resistance, 4 attributes, then you change power traits to strength. Getting closer to his Aghanim Scepter, just 200 gold away once he disassembles Echo.
Full Crimson for Resolution now as well. All these auras stacking up. Lotus Orb Underlord, nearly on the way.
Okay, new tech. New old tech from Underlord. Keep people inside the Firestorm for longer duration.
Ramses with his Diffusal Blade. I felt like it should have been really incredibly strong. Still needs to pick up a few more stats items. They just stand his ground and fight up against this SF and Slark. Phoenix Hand of Midas sure is scaling now. The most farmed support on the map. Shiva's Guard really not that far away. That's something that it felt like we were lacking in the previous game, where BetBoom didn't really have much in the way of healing reduction. It feels like it's so important this patch with the amount of auras and chens and IOs and stuff.
Everybody has some kind of a key.
Yeah.
So you will... Okay, they're going for Tormentor. BBK will not even pop double damage. They have Sustain. I'm really not enjoying that none of the supports are dying while teams are doing Tormentor. I gotta be honest. I thought that there's gonna be like a lot more chaos. People just randomly dying to it.
We nearly had Toronto Tokyo die in the last game, right?
Yeah.
Like 100 health. Had to pop a bunch of heals to survive. Oh, great scan. The read from BetBoom. They know something's up. Nightfall trying to scout them out. Sunray, the Roar. Stunning the TA. Smoke screen's down. Ramsey's in position. Diving forward. They've got a Pit of Malice out there, but Ricky's so low he can't stand and fight. And the BKB from GBK. With this DD rune, he Requiem's out, but the Supernova's well placed. They can't focus it down. They lose their Rubik and they back away. BetBoom has spent a fair amount, but they can still go for a second round. And that's why 9 Pandas just retreat a little bit further. Don't want to go chasing.
Nightfall, he feels like he needs a BKB of his own, especially after seeing Ricky picking up Shard, so Smokescreen have their armor reduced and cannot be targeted by allies. So Rubik's Shard, you cannot lift someone with telekinesis, throw him out of the trouble.
We've got this bug again with the flailing Templar Assassin this time. If people get stunned in the wrong place in the wrong time, they get stuck in the flailing animation, just flopping around. It's difficult to see them when they're hitting stuff as well. And break up high ground. Techi's blast off, going to catch the Chen. Toronto Tokyo has a ton of heals. They should be able to bring him down though with a minus armor from Kiyotaka, while Ramsey's chasing for the +1 target. They'll blow up the Chen, sure, straight up.
He's so tanky.
Difficult times for Ricky. The pounce forward from the slog, hunting him. Where's the reveal? Can they see the Ricky? They're trying to burst him with the damage over time, but the Dark Pack's not enough. Shadow Fiend's in, but whiffs the raise, and now Kiyotaka holding this high ground, but a stolen pit yet again with a roar on TA. They go in with Nightfall. The damage looks good. The TA surviving, but not enough. They can't withstand the onslaught, and now the chase is on. It's BetBoom's turn to hunt and look for additional targets. They don't have the jump they need.
For Resolution, Rezo is just way too tanky. With the Crimson Guard, Drums of Slum providing healing for him, and as soon as he hits that Primal Roar on Templar Assassin, gets even, like, he almost gets instant 20 charges, because it's level 2 ulti right now, so you get 15 from it. And also, like, again, magic, like the damage reduction. Fate Bolt, all these auras. Chen does have Pipe, Mech as well available.
It's so difficult to pick your target and blow them up. You know that the fight is going to last, more than 10 seconds. It's going to be a long, drawn-out, a minute and a half, 2-minute fight. Back and forth. Smokescreen bot. Mana burn from Diffusal Blade with the blast off and the mines. Nightfall in serious trouble. No mana, no escape. Resolution. He's being chased down as well. Does get him at arm's reach away from the Underlord. And Toronto Tokyo evacuates. Gets out to top.
Roger. Look at his farm. Through the roof. He's almost has same amount of farm as Ramsey's, which is pretty insane to think about it. Jeez. Hand of Midas holding on to Philosopher's Stone. Completed Shiva's Guard. 25 minutes into the game.
Yeah. A ton of money coming his way. It looks like they're moving up to top, and that's where you need to be. And that's just cracked nighttime. Roshan could potentially be spawning now. We, as observers, know it's another minute and 15 seconds to go. But the teams will start prepping. Warding out the twin gates.
This is the only thing that we're better than the professional players. These e-gamers have nothing on us. We know exactly when the Roshan's going to respawn.
Yeah, for them, it's RNG. For us, it's a little golden circle. And Ramsey's going to be scouting things out. Up at the forefront. BetBoom have everybody up here, though, and they've got the jump, the roar, the TA caught, the damage looks good again! Just blowing up Kiyotaka, not a chance to respond. No saves from Night Pandas and Nightfall with its Aghanim Scepter. Long-range initiation catches out Roger for the second time! Gorgeous pounces from the Slog, and 30 seconds for Roshan. BetBoom had a little bit of time to spare, but this means they can push out lanes and prep.
I'll be honest. Slark Pounce with Aghanim Scepter is one of the hardest abilities to hit in the game. And he hits 2 in a row, the difficult ones.
Yeah, they're not easy. I think they made it a little bit easier a couple of years ago when they added the move command. Or the free, whatever it's called, where you can angle your hero without actually clipping into pathfinding.
Oh, he lands another. Wow, Nightfall really playing this game extremely well. So does Save. Save has been on point, getting some solo kills. This team is really, really talented when it comes to solo plays that they do.
Yeah, every one of those players. I mean, when this roster was formed, star-studded roster looked like it was going to be the best in the region, if not one of the best in the world. They've had some struggles at LAN events and really proving their worth. Yeah, in these solo individual plays, can't be beaten. And 9 Pandas are still coming. Fiend's Gate there. Roshan, half health. They do have Egg. Roger, level 2 Supernova ready. Miera starts things off with a Pit of Malice. Choke point fight. Trying to hold his ground, but in comes GPK with a Requiem. Fearing and big damage onto the Underlord to kill him off, and there's no buyback from Miero. Blast off. Decent onto Resolution with an Egg on top of him. He can't escape while Nightfall Slock is silenced under the smoke screen, but a long-range pounce gets him the distance.
They want to reinitiate. There is no Requiem available.
Backed
There's
up
gonna be
into a
buyback
corner.
from Rezo. Kiyotaka, he's starting to do Roche.
Yeah, wanting to get into the pit. Nightfall, Shadow Dance, Tankies, very deep. Ramses hunting for GPK. Half health Shadow Fiend. Nothing left in terms of regen or BKB, but standing his ground even through the disarm, raising into Antares. Looks like he's going to die in the end, but the focus on the TA kills her off first. Kiyotaka's gone. Shadow Fiend finally dies, but the Death Requiem takes the techies with him. Roger and Ramses now, they're the ones backed up against the wall. Tricks of the trade into the Roche pit, gets bashed and slapped. Lifted and killed. And the buyback from TA seems, well, it seemed worthless until the rest of the team buys back.
Others needs to buy back again if they're committing to this. Can they reset? There's no buyback on Shadow Fiend. Roshan at 30% HP. Slark back to full HP, full mana. Another ulti in 15. This could be a disaster for 9 Pandas.
Roshan's still alive. What's all this noise outside my pit? What's the steal here? Save, trying to hold on. Make sure that Roshan is not taken by 9 Pandas, and Kiyotaka very low. If he gets jumped, it could be lights out for 9 Pandas here. BetBoom pouncing back in towards the TA. Doesn't find the latch though, Nightfall. Caught up in the pit of malice for a second. But this is how things are going to be. Sit around Roshan, fight into fight. Nightfall in the pit again.
He wants to finish it off.
He wants to finish Roche. Get this Aegis
Where's
in
the
hand.
damage?
Well, trying to finish it, and it's going to be Miero that takes the Aegis. Inside the pit, Nightfall's in trouble. The blast off, and 9 Pandas get the team fight victory. They bought back, and they made it work.
Oh, what a crazy game. He also loses the gem, so they committed heavily with the buybacks on side of 9 Pandas. In the end, Miero picks it up. Where's the cheese? It's going to be on Kiyotaka. Rubik again. Some heavy lifting. No puns intended with the Firestorm damage.
Oh, goodness, yeah. Yeah, 3k damage from the Rubik. But such good back and forth from 9 Pandas here. Well, they get hit around a little bit around that Roche pit. What did we have? 4 buybacks? An awful lot of them just to hold their ground and take it. But this is the important part now. What do you do after Roche? Can you go steal a Tormentor? Can you go and grab Wisdom Runes or a place on the map where you can use that as a platform to go for more? Because Ramses, he's hunting the Shadow Fiend right now. Can't do it all on his own. Tries to slow him. But GBK has Hurricane Pike and BKB up his
Butterfly as well, level 20 on him. Needs to be careful.
Ramses?
Oh my god, one
Ramses?
hit. He's fine. He's fine. The Crimson Aura.
And GPK, the turn around onto the TA. The roar into Requiem again. This combo proving too much to handle. Miero going to go for the TP home. A resolution aiming for the Supernova. The egg, is it going to get cracked? A lot of right clicks coming, but it looks like it's going to land. Roger, he's going to get the egg to hit them, but in the end, he's left all alone.
If there was some kind of follow-up, imagine there's a blast off on top of the egg to be able to... That's a double kill, but... 9 Pandas overextending a little bit. You said Roar on Templar Assassin doesn't get the cheese off, plus Requiem, 3 BKB. Templar Assassin doesn't even have BKB queued up, so that's going to be a bit of difficult to deal with.
Kiyotaka hates buying BKB.
Especially in this patch. I think we're going to see less and less of BKB, going for more like just aura items from the offlaners and supports. Ramses. He survived there, but this could be a tricky one if they catch a glimpse of him.
It's been a hard game for Ramses. The Ricky pick looked good in the draft. Lane was a little hard. 1, 6, and 7. Hasn't really been able to stick on a target. You know, backstabbing support is difficult with saves positioning, and Chen having an army around him. They've done a great job. BetBoom have of placing sentries to keep tabs on him too. Man, the fact that Miero's the one that got Aegis, it feels a little sad for 9 Pandas. Not really the best hero to be using it.
Yeah, he's not dying anyway. So kind of a waste. Now they take the 2-2 tower and can take the outpost. Tormentor just spawned. Templar Assassin solos it. Techies gets the shard. That's a new shard upgrade. It's the old Aghanim Scepter where you can cast it on allies. And it also deals damage.
Yeah, reactive taser on allies. Decent
How
against
things
Slaw.
have changed. Yeah, it's a good one. Look at Techie's item build. Bracer, Boots of Bearing, Solar Crest.
Oh, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Oh, what did he used to do? Is buy Tranquils, buy a shard. That was it. That's all you had to worry about. BetBoom out on the map. Playing again as one unit. One organism. Staying together in that mid lane. 9 Pandas trying to poke for any kind of weakness here, but it looks like BetBoom pretty good position. GPK will pike down to low ground away from the pit.
Hard to fight into Pit of Malice in these small areas. BKB.
Okay. Nightfall
Testing
very
if it
afraid,
works.
but there
It works.
is.
He's jumping in.
That's beautiful. The bait. Nightfall. He's back in. All thanks to this roar from Resolution. And Miero, sure, you're half HP on the Underlord, having Aegis, but gonna die regardless as Ramses has gone
They're
into his own
ignoring him.
demise. The damage
Don't
is
hit him.
overwhelming. So much here from BetBoom to slay 9 Pandas. The egg is dropped, but 3 heroes surround it, clicking it down, and Miero's Aegis. You had a second life, only for a matter of seconds. A team wipe, killing everybody off.
I like how Nightfall popped the BKB and he's like, never mind, I'm just gonna go in. Gets a leap, they kill Kiyotaka, and GPK in the end, he's like, I didn't even use ulti, didn't need it for the team fight. We'll pop it, get a kill on Underlord in the end. And this game, it feels very, very difficult for 9 Pandas to come back into it. They used 3 or 4 buybacks in the previous fight. And now Ricky, like his itemization, his item progression is just non-existent. Only having Manta style Diffusal Blade, Shard of course on top of it, but doesn't feel he deals enough damage to deal with Slark nor Shadowfiend.
No. No, it doesn't feel like there's a place in this game anymore. 2 lanes of barracks. Bang the drum. Resolution setting the tempo of BetBoom's imminent victory. And TA decent at clearing out some of these super creeps and holding waves. By the way we've seen these team fights going, 9 Pandas haven't stood a chance in the 5v5 clashes. And now just one area to focus on. And Radiant love playing into this spot. Guard the enemy Tormentor, play from that right-hand side high ground, control Wisdom Runes, and play into that final lane in the bottom spot. Neutral item tokens. The tier 3 token here, boys. Who wants it?
Tier 3 token, 35 minutes into the game. We're looking for tier 4 tokens in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Nightfall. It's fully jacked on Slark. Once he finishes off Scotty, then the healing reduction is going to be even higher. Templar Assassin doesn't get to play the game. Mage Slayer as well, reducing the damage. Oh, Kiyotaka, not again.
No, again. Egg is there, but the focus from BetBoom, acquiring targets left and right, and a triple kill for Nightfall. This is it. GG's called. It is over. And balance in all things. We had a feeling this was coming. The 1-1 to tie things up as BetBoom and 9 Pandas go blow for blow in this best of 2.
Yeah, both teams, like, it was very back and forth, both of these games.